Shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
So our temperatures this morning are below freezing, but we're still on track to reach the 60s this afternoon. I'll show you when the warm-up starts.
And we're following breaking news from overnight. A late night shooting. A man is seriously injured after a shooting in Garner. What we have learned from police in this investigation. Plus, court resumes. The sentencing for Austin Thompson will pick up again today. The plans for today as the defense prepares to present its case. Thanks so much for joining us this morning on WRAL News, your Tuesday morning at 4:30 a.m. I'm Chris Levingood. We're going to go ahead and swing over to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner. I think she's over there, kind of blending in with the map there. The temperature lows right now, Elizabeth.
Yeah, I've got my cold look going on over here, a little camouflage. We are looking at some chilly temperatures this morning. We're looking at mid to upper 30s, but that's mid to upper 20s to right around 30 degrees. Skies are clear. It's nice and quiet out there, but of course it's chilly, but not as cold as it was yesterday. We dipped into the teens yesterday morning. So in some places we're 10 to 15 degrees warmer than we were this time yesterday, but still below freezing. It should feel a lot more comfortable for today. Our temperature at lunchtime is 57, and we're looking at temperatures in the mid 60s, and it's been quite some time since our highs were in the 60s. It'll be a sunny day too. Now tomorrow we'll still have warm temperatures in the 60s, but we'll also have the potential for some showers, and we do have some wet weather in the forecast for the weekend. So we'll talk about the timeline for both of those events coming up.
Sounds good, Elizabeth. We'll come back to you in a bit. More than 1,000 homes and businesses in Franklin County are without power this morning. The WRAL breaking news tracker was on Tarboro Road near Youngsville overnight. That was as teams were working to repair the damage. The Youngsville Police Department says that it responded to a transformer fire, and at the peak of the outage, we're talking more than 2,500 customers who were affected. Duke Energy's outage map shows an estimated repair time of around 6:15 this morning, and of course, we'll update you as it becomes restored. And this morning, police are looking for information after a man was shot inside a car in Garner. That happened late last night on Timber Drive near Vandora Springs Road. Let's bring in Allie Cabdabar. She's there in the WRAL breaking news tracker. Allie, there are still a lot of questions about what happened here that we're trying to dig into this morning.
And Chris, the investigation is far from over as they haven't identified a suspect just yet. The scene cleared overnight, and we can even still see markings on the road here. That's from where that car was. We can also still see some shattered glass on the sides as well. Now we want to take you to the scene from last night. This is video from the WRAL breaking news tracker. It shows law enforcement even shutting down lanes of Timber Road. The focus of the investigation, that red car. The windows are shattered. There appears to be shoes outside. Garner police found a man shot inside that car around 7:15 last night. Police say only one person was inside the car at the time. The man was taken to the hospital, and he was in critical condition, and that's what police told us last night. This morning, we're working to find out the man's identity, what his condition is this morning, and just what exactly led up to this shooting. Now, Garner police are asking people to check if they have any video surveillance footage of just exactly what happened, and if you do, give them a call. Reporting live in Garner, Allie Cabdabar, WRAL News.
And today, the sentencing hearing for Raleigh mass shooter Austin Thompson resumes. The defense will present its case, trying to persuade the judge that Thompson should be eligible for parole. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is live outside the Wake County Justice Center this morning. Kelsey, what can we expect in court today?
Well, Chris, we're just hours away from hearing the defense through the Austin Thompson trial. Thompson's lawyers will walk through these doors here at the Wake County Courthouse on a mission to convince the judge that he deserves parole. Now, we have to remember Thompson has already pleaded guilty. The defense's job now is to convince the judge that he's capable of reform. If the facts and testimony do not prove that he is, he will likely be sentenced to life without parole. The state took 3.5 days of testimony, so we expect that the defense will take days of testimony too. FBI behavioral analyst Dr. Carrie Gibson took to the stand Friday. She has profiled and reviewed cases for mass shooters, but has not analyzed Austin Thompson. Her testimony focused on what mass shooters have in common through the pathway of violence.
Research has shown at least one bystander witnessed one or more concerning behaviors in 100% of the cases.
Bystanders will see concerning behaviors, and we've seen that it can be one, but it more likely has been even more than that.
Looking ahead now, the big question is, will Austin Thompson take the stand? The truth is, we don't know just yet. We'll have to wait to find out. But you can watch the court proceedings today on WRAL.com starting at 9:30 this morning. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
A police officer from Virginia accused of shooting a woman while off duty is now in custody. Investigators say he also stole a car in Henderson. Police arrested Charles Stokes, you see here, at a home last night in Kenbridge, Virginia. That's about 20 miles north of South Hill. Investigators say Stokes shot a woman multiple times in a domestic incident. Authorities say that he then drove to Henderson, and that's where he is accused of stealing a car from Brooklyn Hauling, where he worked. There's no update, though, on the condition of the woman who was shot. 2 men are facing charges after an animal cruelty bust in Nash County. And according to court documents, the 2 men were growing and preparing more than 600 roosters for cockfighting. The Nash County Sheriff's Office says the investigation started when a deputy tried to serve a warrant last month. That's when they saw the animals in bad shape. The Sheriff's Office says more people could be facing charges. Nash County Animal Services is taking care of the birds, and the 2 men are due back in court later this month. We've received a new response from UNC after a judge says the university must allow protesters to return to campus. You may remember back in 2024, several protesters were punished by being banned indefinitely from campus. The judge ruled the ban is likely a form of discrimination. Last night, the university released a statement saying, quote, UNC Chapel Hill is committed to fostering an environment where free speech and intellectual engagement flourish. We will continue to support and encourage our Carolina community to exercise their free speech rights in a peaceful manner that is in compliance with laws and campus policies. Shaw University is setting up some students with hotel rooms after a dorm fire we reported on. The university sent an email saying, quote, talking about in-state students should have returned yesterday. All others can return through Thursday. And students are instructed to only bring essentials. The email also says faculty and staff are providing, quote, additional support during this time. Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie shared another plea on social media for her mother Nancy's safe return home.
No matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
An hour of desperation. Nancy was last seen at her Tucson home 10 days ago. Savannah and her siblings said they were willing to pay a ransom note that had a reported deadline of 5 p.m. yesterday, but no word on if that was paid. Meanwhile, more missing persons billboards are going up across the Southwest. Investigators say they still do not have any suspects. A $50,000 reward is in place for any information leading to Nancy's return home. A former hostage negotiator is actually questioning whether one of the ransom notes in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie is real. The reported ransom note demanded about $6 million in Bitcoin, USD. Jim Kavanaugh says that after reviewing the note, he is questioning its legitimacy. He's focused on 2 elements. The alleged abductors are still not giving proof they took Nancy and are asking for payment in American dollars. These factors are making him think the note may not even have been sent from the U.S.
Does it seem like these are originating from overseas?
That's kind of the first impression. We don't talk like that domestically. We would just say $6 million, $7 million, $10 million, whatever the number. We wouldn't say USD.
Investigators have yet to determine if the ransom note is real. The FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Office say that they are reviewing a new message connected to the case. They have not released any further information about that message. Today, a Wake County School Board committee plans to discuss ongoing security projects, and that includes the new emergency response protocol. Training starts next month. Last week, the board approved moving $10 million from the land purchasing budget to the school security infrastructure budget. WRAL Education insider Emily Walkenhorst says they have not decided what they plan to do with those funds.
There is a list in the presentation set for today that goes over, all these different options, weapons detection, fencing around schools, another reassessment of whether the district's safety is, some of their practices are up to standard.
The board plans to go over infrastructure improvements today, and that meeting starts at 1 p.m. You can check for updates in the education section of WRAL.com. Well, here's what we are watching for today at the Winter Olympics. Medals will be awarded in the mixed doubles curling competition, as well as in speed skating, ski jumping, and freestyle skiing. Biathlon and cross-country skiing events will also get started. Right now, Italy leads the medal count with 9. Japan is in second, followed by Norway, Switzerland, and Germany. The U.S. is tied for 7th place with 2 gold medals. Your time is 4:40 this morning. Court storming fallout, a tradition that college students look forward to, but it comes with concerns. The renewed focus on keeping teams safe. And social media on trial. YouTube and Meta must defend themselves against claims the platforms cause harm to children. The precedent the trial could set for other tech companies. Well, let's go ahead and get you a live look this morning. Taking a peek outside at Goldsboro. It's dark, it's early, and it's cold. But, temperatures will rise into the 60s for the first time in nearly a month. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will explain what's behind that warm-up and why it's not going to last very long.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
It is 4:43. Taking a look at the tower. We have the tower lit in blue this morning. Skies are clear. It's chilly, but not as cold as it was yesterday. Our temperatures, instead of being in the teens, are mostly 20s and 30s. 26 in Fayetteville, 25 in Roanoke Rapids, 30 in Durham, 30 in Raleigh. We will see some big changes for today. Our wind will come out of the southwest, and that's really going to warm things up. Is it going to be warm enough to eat your lunch outside? Well, depends. I mean, we've been used to some really chilly temperatures. If you can find a spot in the sun, temperatures at lunchtime should be in the upper 50s. And then, of course, later in the afternoon, we'll climb into the mid 60s. It will be a brief warm spell. I'll show you the pattern changes toward the end of the week that could bring us some much needed rain. Chris?
All right, thank you, Elizabeth. The first round of the 2026 Battle of the Blues turned into a fight with a fine. UNC has to pay up for storming the court. Here's WRAL's Monica Casey with what happened.
This scene is costing the Tar Heels $50,000. You can see Duke coach John Shire pulling his players off the court. In the postgame press conference, Shire said he found one of his staff members bloodied.
One of our guys, after he got hit in the face, got trampled, looked like he had been in a complete brawl after the game, and he's doing better now, but that should never happen.
UNC Athletic Director Bubba Cunningham took the podium after the incident Saturday night.
We'll do the best we can to make sure that doesn't happen, but again, my apologies to Duke.
This is the first year the ACC has levied fines for storming the court or field. It stems from another incident with Duke when Kyle Filipowski was injured in 2024 when Wake Forest students stormed the court there. Former sports reporter Brett Strelo tracked how often storming happened from 1996 to 2022. According to him, nearly 73% of the times that Duke lost on the road, opposing fans stormed the court. Shire says he's not against court storming as long as people can get out of the way safely.
That was a very unsafe situation for him, our staff, our families, our players. And I'm a big boy. We can take losing. Great college game. Carolina played great. But he's doing better.
And that was Monica Casey reporting. UNC won Saturday's game 71-68, and the teams will play again on March 7th in Durham. The Trump administration is finalizing rules to revoke the EPA's ability to regulate climate pollution. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin says the administration will repeal the endangerment finding. That's a 2009 scientific analysis that found human-caused climate change endangers human health and safety. The administration will also finalize a repeal of rules regulating greenhouse emissions from vehicles. That's because they stem from the finding. A trial against tech companies that could have a major effect on the social media industry has started, and opening statements began yesterday in the case that's brought against Meta and YouTube. A young woman and her mother accused the companies of intentionally provoking addictive behaviors. They claim the platforms cause mental health issues. Attorneys for the companies plan to claim her family life was the cause. Maureen Malak lost her son to suicide, and she says she hopes this trial pushes Congress to make changes.
Without guardrails, big tech is putting the future of American children at risk.
Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg is expected to testify in this trial. A ruling in this case could affect hundreds of similar lawsuits. The woman also sued Snapchat and TikTok, but both companies settled. Couples are expected to spend big this Valentine's Day. The National Retail Federation projects Americans will spend around $29 billion this holiday. That would be a record amount. An NFR annual survey found shoppers are budgeting around $200 to spend on gifts for their loved ones. Candy, flowers, cards, and jewelry are some of the most popular gifts. The DOT is making repairs to a western North Carolina bridge with more than drivers in mind. The bridge on I-40 and the Pigeon River Gorge is home to bats. They roost under the bridge. The structure was damaged during Helene and needs to be replaced. There wasn't going to be a place for the bats to roost on the new bridge until a DOT engineer came up with an idea.
And my little girl Harper was sitting around the kitchen table actually watching Animal Planet, and I was sitting with a notebook drawing up some ideas on how to take it off the bridge, and it hit me. We took a piece of paper and started drawing these bat habitats enclosed into the boulderscape wall, giving them more of a natural habitat.
If you're looking for a creative solution, look no further than an engineer. With the help of state and federal wildlife agencies, they were able to design roosting spaces for different species, including the endangered gray bat. All right, today's big weather story. It's going to be warmer, especially after we've had some cold temperatures waking up, but it's not going to last very long.
It's not, but we're in the middle of February almost. I mean, Valentine's Day comes, at the end of the week,
True.
and I always feel like once we hit Valentine's Day, we are almost done with winter. Typically, 2 more weeks or so, and definitely getting a sneak peek, little hint of what's to come, especially as we get into March. Here's a live look at downtown Durham right now at the Lucky Strike Tower there. And yes, it is still cold as you head out the door. Temperature right around 30 degrees, but no wind chill to have to deal with. And yesterday, our temperatures were solidly in the teens. And so this is definitely a warm up, about 15 degrees warmer in the Triangle than it was this time yesterday. It's 29 in Holly Springs, 28 in Garner, Knightdale and Rollsville, 27 in Chapel Hill, and 26 in Durham right now. So our temperatures feel a whole lot more like spring. 63 to 68 across our area today is the average high temperature for mid to late March. So again, it is a sneak peek of what is coming our way. And the last time we had a temperature of 68 was actually back in January. We had a very warm spell on the 10th and the 11th where we hit 76 and 68 2 days in a row, and then it was gone. So, occasionally we see these little peaks. However, if it feels like it's been a very cold winter, yes, you're right. This is the coldest in years in Fayetteville. It's the coldest winter since 2010 and 2011, and Raleigh, it's the coldest since 2017 to 2018. Temperatures are between 2 and 3 degrees below average, and that average takes into account the overnight lows and the afternoon highs. So yeah, it's been chilly, but here's what's about to happen. High pressure system is going to help to push the warm air into our region. It doesn't stay too long. It will get pushed out by another front that comes through on Wednesday, and it'll be cooler behind that. So we do have some bigger temperature changes that are coming our way again toward the end of the week. Our normal low is 33. Tomorrow morning we'll be way above that, up at 50. So we're not looking at any wintry precipitation with the system on Wednesday. And Wednesday's still above normal at 63. And then as we head toward the weekend, our temperatures are closer to normal in the mid 50s. As we get into the weekend, we do have the chance for rain. If you were watching yesterday, it looks like it's slowing down a little bit and mostly a Sunday event. But I'll show you how much rain we could see coming up.
All right, sounds good, Elizabeth. Sports betting frenzy. How much money was bet in North Carolina and how it compares to the year before? And into a tradition, the Motion Picture Academy is doing away with its screenings after a drop in attendance. That and what's happening in Hollywood just ahead. The official cause of death for actress Catherine O'Hara has been listed as pulmonary embolism. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office confirmed that O'Hara died after suffering that. The Cleveland Clinic says that's when a clot forms in the blood vessels of your lungs and causes blockage. Rectal cancer was listed as the underlying cause of the embolism. The 71-year-old star of Schitt's Creek and Home Alone died on January 30th. O'Hara is survived by her husband and their 2 sons. Negotiations are underway with top movie and film producers and the Actors Union. It's the first time they have come to the table since the multi-month strike in 2023. That delayed many major movie and TV projects. The union president says AI, streaming, and emerging technologies will be at the center of the conversations, and their contract ends in June. An Oscar season tradition, and Hollywood is going away. David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
The Motion Picture Academy reportedly is ending theatrical screenings of Oscar-nominated films. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the Academy informed members of the change last month. It says attendance at the screenings has dropped significantly since the Academy launched its members-only streaming service 7 years ago. Catherine Zeta-Jones is set to star in Cupid. The Oscar and Tony winner will play a marriage counselor who uses unusual and even dangerous methods to try to repair a couple's troubled relationship. The script is from the writers of another psychological thriller, Don't Worry, Darling.
Listen to me, we need help.
Oh, you need some help?
Send some.
If you can't get enough killer chimp action, Primate is headed to home video. The horror thriller arrives on digital platforms today and on Blu-ray and DVD April 21st, with more than 30 minutes of bonus content. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
North Carolina saw a sports betting frenzy during football season. Wagers in January exceeded $600 million for the 5th straight month. Bettors ponied up more than $665 million last month, and that's up from the year before. Online sports betting has been legal in North Carolina for just under 2 years. The WRAL documentary unit is investigating its impact with a new documentary set to debut next month. Ahead at 5, Wake County shooting. A man is in critical condition this morning. The police searching for the person responsible. And Austin Thompson back in court. The sentencing hearing for the Raleigh mass shooter resumes today. The plans as the defense prepares to present its case.